to 9/11, and now a couple of years ago we ran a symposium on propaganda and 9/11 and so on, and one of the speakers at that was Matt Campbell. Now, a couple of weeks ago we had Piers Robinson on the program talking about this website, International Centre for 9/11 Justice, and they've just posted this article: 9/11 family to seek judicial review of UK Attorney General's refusal of application for fresh inquest. So this is the family of Jeff Campbell, a 31-year-old British man who died on the North Tower of the World Trade Center on September 11th. So let's just have a look and see what they're saying here. That in August 2021, they submitted a 2,500-page application to then Attorney General Suella Braverman, asking her authority under the Coroners Act 1988 to apply to the High Court for a fresh inquest. Jeff's original inquest in 2013 had reached the conclusion that the impact of the airplane caused the North Tower's collapse, and it is this finding that we aim to overturn. Last week, after nearly 2 years of waiting, we received the very disappointing news that Solicitor General Michael Tomlinson, acting on behalf of Attorney General Victoria Prentice, refused our request for the Attorney General's authority to apply to the High Court for a fresh inquest. The Solicitor General contends that it is reasonable for the coroner to rely on the findings of the FBI and the 9/11 Commission, but reasonableness is not an applicable legal test, rather its sufficiency. The coroner of Jeff's original inquest heard no evidence whatsoever that is capable of supporting the conclusion that the impact of the airplane caused the North Tower collapse. Legally speaking, to state a conclusion for which no evidence is considered is the very epitome of insufficiency of inquiry. The Solicitor General also argues that the expert and eyewitness evidence of the pre-planted explosives that is an explanation for the tower coming down is unlikely to yield a different conclusion, yet the law in this matter is clear. We're not required to prove that a different conclusion is likely in order to be granted a fresh inquest, only that a different conclusion is possible. The refusal of our application on this ground is in direct contravention of the law. So they go on to say the Solicitor General also irrationally asserts that assessing whether the Twin Towers collapsed due to pre-planted explosives is beyond the scope of an inquest. The Attorney General's incoherent refusal of our application is a miscarriage of justice and a cruel obstruction of our search for the truth about Jeff's death. Therefore, we seek judicial review of the Attorney General's legally deficient decision before the 3-month deadline of September the 27th, 2023. Now, they're asking for some financial assistance to help fund this judicial review, and you can get details of that on the International Centre for 9/11 Justice website. And if you want to discover a little bit more of the background to this, do watch Propaganda 9/11 and the Global War on Terror, the symposium that we ran. It's on the front page of the UK Column website, about 2/3 of the way down. If you have a look at that, there are many other presentations there as well. Patrick, very briefly, any thoughts on that?
No, not anything other than Matt Campbell and his family have been fighting this now for years. So, over 10 years at least, maybe 15, 20 years. So it's just taken a whole lot of their lives to try to get some clarity and justice on this. Yes. And I think if there's any way to support them, or I'm not sure if they're still running their crowdfunding for legal fees and so forth, it's a worthy cause because they are absolutely dedicated and they've taken this all the way.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for that. Now, Debbie, let's